Yo, what is up, everybody? Today we continue our playoff journey. As you can see, we are the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we swept the Dallas Mavericks in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, and now we are going against the San Antonio Spurs. And this is definitely not going to be a cakewalk like the previous series because of Randy Foye. Okay, maybe that's not the player you expected me to say, but Randy Foye ends up getting the first bucket of the second round here, and he was a factor, pretty unnecessarily, but he was a factor throughout the game. And my problem was that I got to guard Tony Parker in a 7-game series, so good luck to me, man, right? You know, Tony Parker's got floaters as he's busted out there. Once he gets in the paint, he's almost automatic. Tony Parker has one of the highest finishing, field goal percentages for anybody in the paint. Pretty much the highest easily for point guards. And there you see Randy Foye going up in the air. Kevin Love does not take the open shot, even though he had the height advantage. And then he loses the ball, almost a backcourt violation. So then he's got to drive to the rim over Duncan and gets it to go. And just like the first round, once again, Denny not coming out the gate scoring. Only 5 points in the first quarter, though we're throwing oops to Corey Brewer, and we're still in this game. We got down early, but we have rallied back and made it a 2-point game and a chance to tie the game there. But unfortunately, Pekovic gets stripped, and one more time, that is why I don't, or pretty much nobody, passes it into the post often, because usually your player just gets stripped, or your teammate, I mean. And here Denny Tice getting an offensive rebound and getting the 3 to go. A few unfortunate bounces before getting a very fortunate one, and we are in the lead finally. But there's Bellinelli spotting up for 3. Budinger got completely lost, and they go up by 1 point there. And then when I go on the bench, they are up by 7. So it's like about a 6-point swing from when I went on the bench. And you see Kevin Love is not really being aggressive, though Kevin Martin is a little bit too aggressive, I should say. You know, but Kevin Love is being pretty passive so far. I'm not really liking it. And the Spurs, meanwhile, you see Splitter get the and 1. They are living in the paint, and it's bothering me as you see Kevin Love for once getting aggressive and going all the way. It's bothering me because it's not the main guys. It's not Duncan killing us. It's Splitter killing us. It's not Parker killing us. It's Randy Foye killing us right now in this series. You see Denny Tice trying to bring the ball up and try to put some shot up here to beat the second quarter buzzer, and Tice hits it to make it a 7-point game. Pretty, you know, I don't want to say a huge bucket or anything like that, but it was definitely one we needed in a game that might be close in the fourth quarter, as Denny throws the oop to Kevin Martin, and now it's only a 5-point game. You see Tony Parker getting penetration as he usually does. There's not really much I can do about it, and early on, Tony Parker got off strong. I think he was 5 for 5 at the start of the game, though I did start limiting him a little bit. I started, you know, realizing some of the plays they were running, some of the screens they were setting for him and stuff like that, and I started learning how to position myself better. Though right now, like I said, the battle in the paint is being won by them, but you see Denny with active hands getting the steal to kick out to Tice, and Tice knocks down the shot, and Denny's only missed 1 shot. He hasn't been shooting much so far, but when he does, it's pretty much automatic. Though you see Tony Parker hand in his face from Kevin Love, but he still gets it to go. And then Randy Foye driving all the way. Kevin Martin is not a strong defender, and Randy Foye definitely took advantage. 15 points. And yeah, back to what I was saying earlier, the battle in the paint, you see Pekovic got a paint point for, bucket there for us, was won by the Spurs. They're out rebounding us, and then Splitter, Foye, Duncan, whoever would just get into the paint. Look at this, Randy Foye just shaking Corey Brewer, who actually is a good defender, just completely shook him with a bunch of moves, and gets the floater to go in. We can't stop Randy Foye right now. It's really annoying, because in order to stop Randy Foye, I have to, you know, sag off of Tony Parker and stuff like that, and there's no way I could do that without Tony Parker completely, you know, obliterating me after he went 5 for 5 early on, as Corey Joseph somehow gets that bucket to go. So it's a really big dilemma, and it's a pretty scary dilemma, because we don't have an answer for this. How the hell are we going to win this series? You know what I mean? We're down 16 points. Tice driving to the rim and misses the layup, and we can't even make layups right now. Game 1 is definitely not looking good. We want to start strong on our own home court, but we're about to lose home court advantage if we don't get something going. Here I'm looking at Derek Williams, and I find him, and Williams finishing in the paint. It's a 14-point game, and eventually we're going to have to go on a run and get a few defensive stops here, because it's 9-minute quarters, and they're about about to score 90 points in this quarter. Pretty much they're averaging like 30 per, and that's definitely not good. But you see Denny Tice, that is good. That 3-point shot goes down, but we're not really itching off the lead any bit. And you see Corey Joseph takes a contested three, missing it, and Denny Tice can't get that one to go, unfortunately, to beat the buzzer. That would have made it a, 13-point game? Actually, that would have made it an 11-point game. You see Tony Parker missing the shot. Denny actually gets credit for a block there. It looked like Parker just missed it, but Denny did get a hand on the ball. And on the break, I'm calling for a pick from Peck to get that Dekovic connection. You see Peck rolling. Didn't really set the pick, but you know, over Leonard, I trust him to get that bucket. And now it's an 11-point game, and now we're on that run. And now Randy Foye gets double teamed by Kevin Love, and this is easily gonna be a jump ball that Kevin Love wins. So ball goes up, and Love wins the tip ball, and eventually, nah, I'm kidding, Randy Foye won the tip. Come on, Love. Freaking white man can't jump. For real, for real. Randy Foye just beat him on the thing, even though he has the height advantage. Like, come on. And then Tim Duncan gets the foul there. And that's what I'm saying. It's just frustrating. Not much I can do when Randy Foye kicks out to Tim Duncan, who draws a foul in the paint. I'm doing all I can guarding pretty much the X Factor, or just like the main guy of the offense, not the X Factor, the main guy, Tony Parker, and then the X Factor, Randy Foye, is just going off. You see Parker dribbling around, and then Kevin Martin loses Foye, and I try to contain him, but Foye just immediately accelerates. I was trying to guard his jump shot, and he just went straight into the paint. Not much you could do about that except for come back with a three-pointer. That does not go down, and look at Randy Foye on the break, pulling up, hand in his face, and he still gets it to go, and there is no stop Randy Foye in game one, and I'm just sick. You see Corey Brewer, we need that shot to make it back a 10-point game, but we could not get to go. Instead, on the other end, Tony Parker trying to get some pick and roll action with Randy Foye, but then once again in the paint, Splitter, and Splitter's also been automatic. He gets contacted nearly every single time, but he makes the bucket. So this is a really, really scary game because the Spurs pretty much beat us up in this game, inside and outside. And you see Denny get that bucket. Denny's still having a really efficient game. You see he's double numbers here, 11 steals, 12 assists, but here's Kawhi Leonard getting an open shot. I mean, that dude's Splitter definitely set a moving screen, but they didn't call, and that's all that matters. And here, once again, Randy Foye, you know he's going to make that. Foye is pretty much automatic, especially in the second half. 4 3-pointers in the game. Here, Denny getting a steal to try to ignite something down 16 to Kevin Martin, who draws the foul. We need to go on like a 16-0 run, so let's make that happen. Not on Randy Foye's watch. 30 points for him now. Oh my goodness. 13 for 17 shooting. Kevin Love gets blocked on the break. Randy Foye to Tony Parker. Denny Tice tries to meet him at the summit, but Parker still gets that to go, and game one is going to the Spurs. And you know, I don't know what the hell Greg Popovich, planned out, but whatever it was, it worked. And we're definitely gonna need to completely scrap this game plan offensively and defensively in game one because, I shot really well, but we still lost, and I've scored 40 points now. There's gotta be a different way to get this thing going. Though, before we focus on the offense, we got to focus on the defense if we want to win this series. So, unfortunately, we take the L. You guys will see the stat sheet. Randy Foye just completely goes off. Like, come on, man. Everybody went off in that game. So, hope you guys leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more 2K14 My Career games as we head to game 2. Hopefully, we can get that win next game.